Hello, I welcome all the young learners of class 6 to my channel. Let's start solving English Olympiad practice paper and let's have some fun with English. So let's get started. Section A. Direction from 1 to 5 is read the following story and select the correct option to answer the question. Let's start reading it together. Okay, let's start reading. Solomon peered out of the ship to get a better view of the planet. It was hilly and barren, and the ground was covered in purple dust. Scanning the area, he could see no sign of life, only one hill after the next. He pulled his lie detector from his belt to take a reading. The detector flashed a red light, so there was life there. The problem now was where that life form was. Bara has pointed out the small planet on the screen as they passed by in the ship from space. It was covered in grey haze, but when the ship approached the planet, it passed through the haze and the surface atmosphere was clear and bright. It had been a difficult landing because there were so many hills. When he stepped off the ramp, Solomon got a closer look at the dusty ground and found that it was parched and cracked. Solomon looked around again. It was perfectly still, but the light detector continued to flash a red light. He switched on the communicator attached to his collar and said, "Bara, the detector is showing that there is some life from here, but I am unable to locate anything." Bara's voice emerged from the receiver attached to the other side of his collar. "Stay down a few minutes longer. Maybe something hiding after being scared off by the ship. I will keep looking from inside here." Suddenly, Solomon heard the faint rumbling sound of thunder. It was coming from deep in the ground. Solomon looked down at his feet and noticed that the ground has begun to tremble slightly. As the rumbling became louder, it began to shake and the dust rose up in the cloud around Solomon's feet. "Bara," Solomon called out. Before he could receive a reply, the thunder seemed to explode and the hill heaved upward, throwing Solomon off balance. As he fell, Solomon reached to the ramp and grabbed it. "Bara!" From his collar, he heard Bara yell, "Solomon, I don't think this is hill. We have landed on something that is alive and it has started to move now. Come back to the spaceship fast." Okay, now that we have already read the passage, let's solve the question answer. First question, where did they land their spaceship on? First option, a hill on a new planet, a plateau on a new planet, on something that was alive, among a group of hills on an unknown planet. So which option is correct? Is A is correct, or you think B is correct, or you think C is correct, or you think D is correct? Which one is correct? Think, which one is correct? It is option C, on something that was alive. It's mentioned over here. See, Bara was telling something that is alive. We have landed on something that is alive. Okay, let's see what the next question is. Now it says, which option is the synonym of ramp used in the passage? Okay. What is the synonym of ramp? Is it option A, a long stage? It is B, sloped step, C, a platform, or D, the resting stand? What is the synonym of ramp? Is it A, is it B, is it C, or is it D? Which one is correct? Which option is correct? Read your question, go through your option. Which option is correct? It is option B, sloped step. Okay, next question. The story is about a travel experience, 2 astronauts, a space mission, discovery of a planet. So, what is the story about? Is it option A? Is it option B? Is it option C? Or is it option D? What is the story about? The story is about a space mission. Option C. Moving on to the next question, and the next question is, why did the lie detector continue to flash a red light when Solomon could not see any life form around? Why was it flashing? These are your options. Because probably it had developed some defect, because there was life form under Solomon's feet, because it was hiding behind one of the hills after being scared of the ship, or the reason is not given in the story. Which option is correct? Is A is correct, B is correct, C is correct, or D is correct? Which one is correct? You have already read the passage and you know the story. Which one is correct? It is B, because there was life form under Solomon's feet. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What is off in dash dash throwing Solomon off balance? An adverb, a preposition, an adjective, a noun. What it is? Is it option A? Is it option B? Is it option C? Or is it option D? It is a preposition. Option B. Okay, kids. Well done. We have reached question 6 and 6 to 15. Your instruction is choose the correct option. Let's get started. Which of these is the correct formal letter greeting? It is for formal letter. Don't get confused with non-formal, informal letter. It is for the formal letter. Okay. Is it option A, hi there? Is it option B, dear sir, madam? Or C, hey? Or D, what's up? Which one is correct? Which is the correct formal letter greeting? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Is it D? Which one is it? It is option B. Since it is a formal letter, we cannot start with hi there, hey, or what's up. We cannot write such things. Okay, it has to be very formal. So it is option B. Next one. Next question is, which of these is an appropriate closing for a formal letter? Again, for a formal letter, how do we close it? Okay. Do we write cheers, or do we write love? Do we write yours sincerely, or do we write take care? Which option is correct? Is A is correct, B is correct, C is correct, D is correct? How do we close a formal letter? It is option C, your sincerely. Option C. Okay, next question. Next question is, which of these is a correct way to address someone in a formal letter when you don't know their name? Okay, formal letter, when you don't know their name, how will you address it? First, dear sir, madam, or hello everyone, to whom it may concern. Hi folks. How do we write it? Which option is correct? Is A correct? Is B correct? C is correct? Or D is correct? Which one is correct? It is option C, to whom it may concern. Okay. Next, which of these is the correct way to address someone in a formal letter? Again, it's a formal letter. If you know their last name. Okay, if you know their last name. So, your first option, dear Mr. Smith, dear John Smith, or dear Smith. Which is correct? For 9, it is option A. Okay, we are going to address it like this, dear Mr. Smith. Okay, next one. The question is, okay, which of these is the correct opening for a formal letter? Again, it's a formal letter. Correct opening for a formal letter. First option, I hope this email finds you well. I trust you are doing great. I'm writing to let you know. I'm hoping you are doing all right. Now, what should be the opening line of a formal letter? Should it be option A, B, C or D? Which one is correct? It is option A. I hope this email finds you well. Okay. Let's move on to the next sentence. Next question, which of these is an appropriate greeting for an informal letter? Now we have come to an informal letter, okay? Greetings for an informal letter. Is it A, option A, dear sir, madam? Or is it option B, hello John? Or option C, to whom it may concern? Or option D, greeting? Which is correct? Is A correct? Is B correct? C correct? Or D is correct? Which one is correct? It is option B. Hello John. Okay, let's move on to the next question, which says, which of these is a suitable closing for an informal letter? Informal letter, okay? Should it be sincerely, or it be with best regards, your truly, or love? Which one is correct? Is A correct, B correct, C correct, or you think D is correct? Which one do you think is correct? Which option is correct? It is option B, best regards. Okay. Next question. Which of these is the correct way to start an informal letter? Start an informal. Again, it's an informal, okay? First option, I'm writing to inform you. Hey, how's everything? I hope you are well. Dear sir, which option is correct? Is A correct? Is B correct? C is correct, or D is correct? Which one is correct? It is option B. Hey, how is everything? Next question, which is, which of these is most suitable for an informal letter tone? Again, it's an informal letter. So what should be your tone be? Is it option A is formal and respectful language, casual and friendly language, very structured and precise language, strictly professional tone? It is an informal, okay? Be careful before answering. So which will it be? A, B, C, D. Which option do you think is correct? It is casual and friendly language, okay? Because it is an informal letter. Okay, next question. In an informal letter, what is the best way to sign off if you're close to a person? Informal letter, what is the best way to sign off if you're close to a person? If you're close to a person. Okay, how you're going to do it? Should you write yours sincerely, your faithfully, take care, best regards? What should you write? Is it option A correct, B correct, C correct, D correct? Which one is correct? Look at the question very carefully and then only answer. It is an informal letter, okay? So which option is correct? It is option C, take care. Well done kids. See how quickly we have reached question 16. So 16 to 25, your instruction is choose the option correctly. So let's get started. Now it's saying, how many hours are there in 5 days? How many hours are there in 5 days? Is it 120 hours? Is it 100 hours? Is it 48 hours? Is it 24 hours? How many hours are there in 5 days? Is A correct, B correct, C correct, D correct? Which one is correct? Very easy. You can do it quickly. It is option A, 120 hours. We know one day has 24 hours. So we're going to multiply 24 into 5. We'll get 120 hours. Simple. Okay. Next one. Read the question nicely in order to understand these questions. These questions are sometimes very tricky. Remember that. Okay. So don't be in a hurry to answer it. Read the question properly. Let's start reading. If a movie starts at 7:30 p.m. and lasts for around 2 hours and 15 minutes, at what time will it end? 9:45 p.m., 9:30 p.m., 10 p.m. or 10:15 p.m.? Which option is correct? A, B, C, D. Take your time. Read the questions once again. It is very tricky because it is 2 hours and 15 minutes. So calculate it properly. It is option A, 9:45. Okay, I'll tell you how. 7:30 p.m. it started. After 2 hours, what time it will be? It will be 9:30, but it is 2 hours 15 minutes. So it will be 9:45. Simple. Okay, let's move on to the next question. How many minutes are there in 3 hours and 45 minutes? You need to calculate. Hurry up. We don't have time. 3 hours and 45 minutes. How many minutes are there? Is it A, 240 minutes? Is it B, 200 minutes? Is it C, 180 minutes? Or is it D, 225 minutes? Which option is correct? A, B, C, D. Come on, quickly. I know you all are so intelligent. And if you're saying it is option D, 225 minutes, you're absolutely right. Well done. Let's move on to the next question, which says, how many months are there in 180 days? Okay. So is it 5 months? Is it 6 months? Is it 4 months? Or is it 7 months? 180 days, how many months? Is A correct? B correct? C is correct or D is correct? Which one is correct? Quickly. Easy. It is option B, 6 months. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. If the clock minute hand is at 12 and the hour hand is exactly halfway between 2 and 3, what time it is? Is it 2:30? Is it 2:15? Is it 2:45? Or is it 2? Is option A correct? B correct? C correct? D correct? Read the question once again. It is easy but tricky question. Okay? So read it once again. You can, if you want, you can draw it. If you have a notebook along with you, draw a clock, make a minute hand and hour hand, and then you will be easily able to find what option is correct. So the correct answer for 20 is option A, 2:30. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Question 21 says it takes you 12 minutes to walk to school, but today you are 5 minutes late. What time will you arrive if the school starts at 8 a.m.? Read the question carefully. It's an easy question yet a tricky question. So don't be in a hurry to answer it. Think, read. If you need, you can pause the video and take your time and then answer. Don't be in a hurry to answer. It is option A. Okay, let's move on to the next one. How many seconds are there in 2 minutes and 30 seconds? Is it 120? Is it 150? Is it 180? Or is it 90 seconds? Which option is correct? A, B, C, D. This one is easy. Come on. I know you'll be able to do it quickly. I want all my brilliant students of class 6 to answer this question quickly. You all are so intelligent. You are doing so great. Come on. It is, if you said it is option B, you're absolutely right. Well done. Let's move on to the next question. It says, if a train departs at 4:30 p.m. and arrives at 8:15 p.m., how long is the journey? Is it 3 hours and 45 minutes? Is it 3 hours and 30 minutes? Is it 4 hours? Is it 3 hours and 15 minutes? Which option is correct? A, B, C, D. Which option is correct? For 23. Hurry up. It's very easy but tricky. So read the question once again. Go through your option once again. It is option A, 3 hours and 45 minutes. Next question. If we start a puzzle at 2 p.m. and finishes 2 hours 30 minutes and 45 seconds later, what time it will be when you finish? Now this is quite a long question, tricky, easy but tricky. because here you have to calculate the second as well. Okay, it's not just hours and minutes but second as well, but it is easy for question. Okay, only that it is bit tricky. So which option is correct? Is option A correct, B correct, C correct, or you think D is correct? Which one is correct? Read the question once again. Go through your option. This is a tricky question but an easy one. Okay, you just need to calculate all the three things: hour, minutes and second. That's it. It's easy for you. It's not difficult for you. You students are so intelligent. Okay, so your correct answer is option A. Okay, let's move on to the next one. How many days are there in 8 weeks? Is it 40 days? Is it 56 days? Is it 60 days? Or is it 48 days? How many days are there? Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Is it option A, option B, option C or option D? For 25, it is option B. Let's move on to the next one. 56 days. Okay, there are 56 days in 8 weeks. Now question 26 to 30. Which of the following compound adjective is appropriate? Okay, now look at the option. After completing the marathon, I felt extremely dash, tired, proud, sleepy, indifferent. Now go through your options once again. See which one is correct. You already done it. It's not difficult for you. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Is it option A, option B, option C or option D? Easy one. You've already done these type of question in your school. Which option is correct? Option A, option B, option C or option D? Read the sentence once again. Go through your option. For 26, it is option B. After completing the marathon, I felt extremely proud. Okay, let's move on to the next one. She wore a dash dress to the party and everyone complimented her on it. Now, which option will come over here? Tone, bright, old, dull. Which option is correct? Is A is correct, is B is correct, C is correct or D is correct? Which one is correct? It is option B. She wore a bright dress to the party and everyone complimented her on it. Okay, let's move on to the next sentence. It says, after years of practice, he became a dash magician. So your options are novice, skilled, clumsy, shy. Now which option will go over here for 28? It is option B. After years of practice, he became a skilled magician. Okay, next question. The company launched a dash product that quickly became popular in the market. Options are outdated, innovative, cheap, bland. Which one is correct? A, B, C, D. Which one? Which option do you think is correct? For 29, it is option B. The company launched an innovative product that quickly became popular in the market. Next question. She gave a dash response to the question which showed how well prepared she was. Your options are confusing, thoughtful, vague or hesitant. Which is option A correct, B correct, C is correct or D is correct? Which option is correct? Which word should I put over here? Read the sentence once again. Go through your option. You will be able to answer. This is an easy one. It is option B. She gave a thoughtful response to the question which showed how well prepared she was. Next question. Oh, how quickly we have reached the achiever section. Let's quickly solve it, okay? And let's finish our sample paper solution. Okay, for 31 to 35, choose the correct option. Let's see what is question 31. The team dash playing in the tournament next week. Which word should come over? Is, are, were, be? Is option A correct, B correct, C correct, or do you think D is correct? Which one is correct? What word should I put over here? It is option A. The team is playing in the tournament next week. Next question. The children dash excited about the incoming field trip. Which word should come over here? Is, was, were, be? Option A, option B, option C, or option D? Which one is correct? Read the sentence once again. Go through your option. It is option C. The children were excited about the upcoming field trip. Next one. My friend and I dash planning a surprise party for her birthday. Now your options are am, is, was, are. So which word should I put over here? Option A, option B, option C, or option D? Come on, come on. It is option D. My friend and I are planning a surprise party for her birthday. Next question. The book along with the notes dash on the desk. Which word should I put over here? Are, is, be, was. A, B, C, D. Which option is correct? Read the sentence. It is option B. The book along with the note is on the desk. We have reached the last question of our sample paper, which is the teacher along with her student dash going on a field trip tomorrow. Which word should I put away? Are, is, be, were. A, B, C, D. Which option? It is option B. The teacher is going with her the teacher along with her student is going on a field trip tomorrow. Well done, kids. I'm so proud of you. Keep practicing like this and do follow our channel for more such videos. And don't forget to like this video. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and happy learning.